Every child deserves a safe space to learn, grow, and explore their world. But what happens when that sanctuary becomes a place of fear? Today, we delve into a haunting reality that lurks in the shadows of our schools and kindergartens: child abuse. It's a topic many shy away from, but ignoring it only furthers the danger.
In this eye-opening video, we uncover the unsettling statistics surrounding child abuse within educational settings, revealing how easily the very institutions designed to protect our children can become sites of harm. We'll explore the signs every parent, teacher, and caretaker should recognize and discuss the critical preventive measures that can empower us all to safeguard our most vulnerable.
Join us as we break the silence, raise awareness, and take a stand against child abuse. Together, we can create a future where every child feels protected and nurtured, not just in their homes, but in every corner of their lives. Let's shine a light on this crucial issue and learn how we can make a difference.
Schools and kindergartens should be safe havens for children.
Schools and kindergartens should be safe havens for children.
Child abuse is a pervasive issue
that affects millions of children worldwide.
Recognizing the signs of child abuse is crucial for early intervention.
Children who are being abused may exhibit behavioral changes, such as withdrawal from social activities or sudden aggression.
Child abuse can rear its ugly head even within the supposed safe havens of schools and kindergartens. Recognizing its presence demands a heightened awareness of the subtle and often overlooked signs. Perpetrators of child abuse can be anyone in a position of trust and authority over a child.
Schools must implement rigorous screening processes for all staff and volunteers.
The scars of child abuse run deep, often extending far beyond the immediate physical or emotional trauma.
Victims of child abuse are more likely to experience chronic health problems and mental health issues.
Preventing child abuse requires a collective shift in mindset from reactive intervention to proactive prevention.
Education lies at the heart of this endeavor, with age-appropriate child abuse prevention programs.
Parents are the first line of defense in the fight against child abuse.
Creating a safe haven starts with listening and engaging in age-appropriate conversations about child abuse.
The power of open and honest communication in preventing child abuse cannot be overstated.
Parents should initiate regular conversations about their children's day-to-day lives. Recognizing the signs of child abuse is often like piecing together a complex puzzle.
Behavioral and emotional changes can be equally telling, though often more difficult to decipher.
Empowering children with the knowledge and skills to protect themselves from abuse is an ongoing process.
Teach them the difference between appropriate and inappropriate touch and healthy boundaries.
Fortresses of safety, the responsibility of school administrators.
School administrators shoulder a profound responsibility in the fight against child abuse.
Their leadership is paramount in creating and maintaining a school environment where children feel safe, supported, and empowered to speak up if they are being harmed.
This responsibility extends beyond simply complying with legal mandates. It requires a deep-seated commitment to proactive prevention, ongoing vigilance, and a culture of zero tolerance for any form of abuse.
Administrators are the architects of a school's safety infrastructure.
They lay the foundation by establishing comprehensive child protection policies that clearly define abuse, outline reporting procedures, and establish consequences for perpetrators.
These policies should be readily accessible to all stakeholders: students, parents, teachers, staff, and volunteers, and regularly reviewed and updated to reflect best practices and evolving legal requirements.
But policies alone are not enough.
Administrators must breathe life into these words by fostering a culture where child protection is everyone's responsibility.
This requires ongoing training for all staff members, equipping them with the knowledge and skills to recognize the signs of abuse, respond appropriately to disclosures, and create a supportive environment for students who may be struggling.
Moreover, administrators must be approachable and responsive to concerns raised by students, parents, or staff.
They should encourage open communication, ensure that reporting mechanisms are accessible and confidential, and take swift and decisive action to address any allegations of abuse.
Building walls of protection. Implementing effective child protection policies.
Effective child protection policies are the bedrock of a safe school environment.
They provide clear guidelines for preventing, identifying, and responding to abuse.
Policies should address all forms of abuse and the unique vulnerabilities of different age groups.
A cornerstone is a clear definition of child abuse, aligning with legal standards.
Abuse will not be tolerated, regardless of the perpetrator's position.
Well-defined reporting procedures are crucial.
Establish multiple reporting avenues and ensure students understand their rights.
Outline procedures for receiving and investigating reports, maintaining confidentiality.
Detail support services available to students who have experienced abuse.
Work with families to ensure the child's safety and well-being. Section 3. Eyes and ears open. Training staff to recognize and respond to abuse.
School staff members are the eyes and ears of child protection, often uniquely positioned to observe changes in a child's behavior, demeanor, or physical well-being that might signal abuse.
Equipping them with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to recognize these signs and respond appropriately is paramount in creating a safe and supportive school environment.
Comprehensive training programs should be mandatory for all school personnel, including teachers, administrators, support staff, bus drivers, and volunteers.
This training should cover a range of topics, from identifying the different forms of abuse and recognizing the subtle signs to understanding their legal obligations as mandated reporters and responding appropriately to disclosures.
Training should go beyond theoretical knowledge, providing practical skills and strategies for interacting with children who may have experienced abuse.
This includes learning how to create a safe and supportive space for disclosure, asking open-ended questions, listening without judgment, and validating the child's feelings.
Equally important is training staff on how to manage their own emotional responses.
Dealing with disclosures of abuse can be emotionally challenging, and staff members need to be equipped with coping mechanisms and self-care strategies to avoid vicarious trauma and maintain their professional objectivity. Section 4. Breaking down barriers, fostering communication and collaboration. Effective child protection requires breaking down silos and fostering open lines of communication and collaboration among all stakeholders: school staff, parents, students, and the wider community.
Creating a culture where concerns are readily shared, information is freely exchanged, and everyone feels empowered to play a role in safeguarding children is essential. Schools should establish regular channels of communication with parents, keeping them informed about the school's child protection policies, procedures, and resources.
This can be achieved through newsletters, parent-teacher conferences, school websites, and online forums.
Parents should also be encouraged to communicate any concerns they have about their child's well-being to school staff, knowing that their concerns will be taken seriously and addressed promptly. Collaboration with external agencies, such as child protection services, law enforcement, and mental health organizations, is also crucial.
Schools should establish clear protocols for reporting suspected abuse to the appropriate authorities, working closely with these agencies to ensure the child's safety and well-being.
Moreover, schools can play a proactive role in educating the wider community about child abuse prevention. This could involve hosting workshops for parents, partnering with community organizations to raise awareness, or organizing events that promote child safety and well-being.
Practical steps for parents. Protecting children demands vigilance and proactive measures. Parents are the first line of defense.
Communication is key. Foster open dialogue about difficult topics. Talk to your children regularly. Listen without judgment.
Educate yourself about child abuse. Know your school's policies. Stay informed about resources. Teach body safety and boundaries. Role-play scenarios. Instill confidence to report unsafe behavior. Section 2. Safeguarding the Fortress. Actionable measures for schools. Schools, as extensions of our homes, bear a tremendous responsibility in providing a safe and nurturing environment where children can learn, grow, and thrive without fear of harm.
Creating this fortress of safety requires a multi-pronged approach, encompassing robust policies, comprehensive training, open communication, and a culture of zero tolerance for any form of abuse. Implement and enforce strong child protection policies. These policies should clearly define abuse, outline reporting procedures, establish consequences for perpetrators, and provide support services for victims.
Ensure that all staff, volunteers, and parents are aware of the policies and understand their roles and responsibilities in upholding them. Provide regular and comprehensive child protection training for all staff.
This training should cover a range of topics, including recognizing the signs of abuse, responding appropriately to disclosures, understanding legal obligations as mandated reporters, and creating a supportive environment for students who may be struggling. Foster open communication and collaboration. Establish clear channels for students, parents, and staff to voice concerns, report suspected abuse, and access support services. Maintain regular communication with parents about the school's child protection policies, procedures, and resources. Collaborate with external agencies, such as child protection services, law enforcement, and mental health organizations, to ensure a coordinated and effective response to any allegations of abuse.
Section 3. United Front Community Collaboration and Support. Preventing child abuse is not solely the responsibility of parents and schools. It requires a united front, a collective effort from the entire community.
When neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and organizations work together, they create a safety net that is far more effective than any single entity acting alone. Support local organizations dedicated to child abuse prevention and intervention. These organizations provide a wide range of services, including education and awareness programs, support groups for victims and families, and advocacy efforts to strengthen child protection laws and policies. Encourage open dialogue about child abuse in your community. Break the silence, raise awareness, and challenge the stigma that often prevents victims from coming forward. Support initiatives that promote positive parenting skills, healthy relationships, and conflict resolution strategies. Advocate for stronger child protection laws and policies at the local, state, and national levels. Contact your elected officials to express your support for legislation that strengthens child abuse reporting requirements, expands background checks for individuals working with children, and increases funding for child abuse prevention and intervention programs. Remember, even small actions can make a big difference. By working together, we can create a safer world for all children.
Section 1. Real-life scars. Case studies of child abuse in educational settings. Examining real-life cases of child abuse in educational settings serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of inaction.
These stories underscore the importance of vigilance, awareness, and a commitment to protecting vulnerable children. One case involved a young boy subjected to years of bullying and physical abuse by his peers.
The abuse went unnoticed by school authorities for far too long.
The boy, too afraid to speak out, endured the torment in silence. In another case, a kindergarten teacher abused her students both physically and emotionally.
The abuse left lasting scars on the young victims. These cases highlight the harsh reality that child abuse can occur anywhere.
They underscore the importance of creating a culture of vigilance to recognize and stop abuse.
Section 2. Learning from tragedy. Identifying systemic failures and implementing change.
Every case of child abuse in schools represents a systemic failure. Analyzing these failures is crucial to prevent future tragedies.
Mandatory ongoing child protection training for all school personnel is essential.
Clear policies and multiple reporting avenues are needed to ensure student safety.
Section 3. Unwavering vigilance, sustaining a culture of protection and prevention.
Creating a truly safe and nurturing environment for all children requires more than just implementing policies and procedures. It demands a fundamental shift in mindset, a collective commitment to unwavering vigilance, and a relentless pursuit of prevention.
This culture of protection must permeate every aspect of the school environment, from the classroom to the playground to the administrative offices.
Sustaining this culture requires ongoing effort and reinforcement.
Schools must regularly review and update their child protection policies, ensuring they reflect best practices and evolving legal requirements.
Training programs for staff should be conducted annually, providing opportunities for refreshers, updates on new threats, and open discussions about challenges and successes.
Open communication channels should be nurtured and maintained.
Regular communication with parents about child protection policies, procedures, and resources is essential.
Schools should also create opportunities for students to share their concerns, ideas, and experiences, fostering a sense of ownership and empowerment.
Moreover, schools should strive to create a positive and supportive school climate, one that fosters respect, kindness, and inclusivity.
Anti-bullying programs, social-emotional learning initiatives, and restorative justice practices can all contribute to a culture where differences are valued, conflicts are resolved peacefully, and every student feels safe, respected, and supported. The fight against child abuse requires the collective efforts of parents, educators, policymakers, and community members alike.
Parents must create safe environments. Educators must identify and respond to abuse, and policymakers must enforce strong child protection laws. Community members must speak up and support local organizations dedicated to child abuse prevention. Together, we can create a world where every child can grow, learn, and thrive in a safe environment.
The echoes of child abuse can reverberate throughout a lifetime, casting long shadows over a victim's life.
The trauma can leave invisible scars, shaping their relationships and hindering their potential. Prevention offers future generations the invaluable gift of a childhood free from fear. Every instance of child abuse prevented represents a victory, a testament to collective action. It signifies a life profoundly altered, a future brimming with possibilities. The child who escapes abuse is free to embrace their inherent worth and pursue their dreams. Prevention strengthens families and communities, fostering a society where empathy reigns.
Navigating child abuse prevention can feel overwhelming, but no one has to face this challenge alone.
Numerous organizations offer resources, support, and guidance.
Confidential hotlines, trained counselors, and informative websites are available.
Support groups and educational programs help create safe environments.
Seeking help is a sign of strength. Remember, you're not alone.
Reach out and be part of the solution for a safer world for all children.
Protecting children from abuse is a collective responsibility.
We must remain vigilant, educate ourselves, and speak up.
Let us foster open dialogue, support victims, and hold perpetrators accountable.
By standing united, we create a safer world for our children.
This is our promise, safeguarding our children together.